morning, everybody, and Happy New Year's. It is December 31st, 2023. Out here on a New Year's trip, out here with Dakota. And we're just out for a quick overnight. We're on the Susquehannock Trail. We're just hiking in. We're at the Northern Gateway. It's the main trailhead. It's like at mile 0. And we're heading clockwise down about maybe 6.5 miles to that really nice campsite I stayed at this summer to have a nice winter trip. We don't have snow. There's a little bit of dusting here and there. Weather for this trip is it's unseasonably warm. It's only going to be, probably the highs are going to be in the low 30s today, maybe mid 30s. Lows for tonight, weather was saying like low with like 31, 32 degrees. I think it'll get just a little bit colder than that, but that's, relatively speaking, for this time of year, is actually pretty warm for this area. And they're calling for some snow showers today. There's a little bit of a dusting out here now in some areas, so we're hoping we get something to kind of just cover the ground a little bit. It'd be really nice. But we got plenty of food, real food to cook. I'm gonna make a fire, and we're hoping to get to camp, I don't know, probably within the next 2 or 3 hours. So maybe latest 1. So we can set up, we're gonna cook lunch, and gather wood and do all that fun chores, and get ready for a nice fire tonight if it's not too wet. We are at camp. What time is it? It's about 1, like 1:15, I think.
1:30.
1:30. So we made good time. So we're going to set up and get lunch. But this is a nice campsite. Carly and I stayed here in August when we did the Northern Connector Loop. But for me and Dakota for this trip, it's just here, and then we're going to do a hike out tomorrow back. It's about 6.5 miles, I would say. But I mean, we've got plenty of water in the creek. I just wish there was snow, and there's no snow. But take a look at this campsite. Tons and tons of rooms for tents everywhere. Plenty of rooms for hammocks. Very nice firing, rocks to sit on, logs to sit on. I mean, this is a really great spot. So, and 2 creeks do converge. Of course, now I see a car. There's a car coming. But anyway, because there is a little side mountain road up here. But so yeah, we're gonna set up, and then we're gonna start cooking some lunch. So I can look at it. All right, so here's the setup I got today. I have the West Rim hammock from Hammock Mountain Outdoors. Very nice hammock, it's netless. It's basically the red tail, just without the net. It's a very nice hammock. I have my burrow, or my 20-degree Phoenix underquilt, 3/4 length. I have my 20-degree Z-Pack solo quilt. Love this quilt so far. And I guess the tarp I got is with me is the Hammock Gear Palace tarp with doors. So that's the main gear setup. And then we're going to go over what Dakota has for his setup. He just got a new red tail hammock from Hammock Mountain Outdoors too, so we'll be able to show that one off.
So today I brought with me my Catabatic top quilt, 15-degree flex. It's not going to get too cold tonight. What do we say, like low like 28 next to the creek probably?
Like low 20 or high 20.
Right, and for my second trip only, the red tail hammock made of the diamond light material from Hammock Outdoors. Love it, high quality, and when I got it, it was $70. It comes with the storage here. It's the mod net system, and I just love it. It's nice. You don't feel like you sag too much. Perfect. My underquilt is from Arrowhead Gear. It's a 25-degree underquilt, and it's gotten me down to 20 degrees, and it's going to be plenty for this trip. It's a 3/4 length, which I find that's all you really need. So that's it. That's what I have for this trip.
Tarp.
Oh, that's right. And I have the winter version with doors, Dutchware, ultralight fabric, and I've had it for 2 years now. Holds up really well, and it's the one that it's the bonded material, so you don't even have to have it seam sealed.
I think they call it xenon bonded. Or
Xenon, yeah, the xenon bonded ultralight tarp from Dutchware Gear. Love it. And that's my setup today.
Time for lunch, and I'm cooking lunch. I have tomato soup, little dehydrated packet right there, and I made a ham and cheese sandwich. I'm gonna make a grilled cheese sandwich, and I got all my winter, cooking utensil plates and cutting boards and stuff. But I do have, and Dakota showed this to me. This is made by BRS, the same that makes that little tiny canister stove that people use for backpacking. And this is a remote canister stove. Has a bigger flame. You can put pots and pans on. It's easier to cooking. It's not cold enough, I don't think, for my white gas stove, which is like a pound heavier than this setup. So we each got one of these, and we're gonna cook with it today, and tonight we're gonna cook, and tomorrow we're gonna be cooking breakfast. So basically, all the meals are pretty much all gonna be cooking. So I'm looking forward to trying this out.
Oh, is this the first time you're using it?
Yeah.
Sizzle, sizzle, baby.
Let's get there. Just trying to melt some of that cheese. Oh.
It looks like it's cheap.
All right, now I'm gonna try it out. Got my grilled cheese sandwich, came out really good. Cheese could be melted a little bit more. But I got my tomato soup, my nice piping hot tomato soup. It's as hot as the surface of the sun, so let's see. That's really good. That's perfect for out here too, nice and hot.
Cheese melted.
Grilled ham and cheese, man. I think Dakota's making hot, what are you making, hot dogs?
Some hot dogs, yep. Maybe throw some cheese on for a cheese dog.
Cheese dog? That'll be good. Now tonight, I don't know if I'm going to cook over the fire or over the stove, only because I have a whole bunch of grills and stuff to use, but that's easy. I mean, that's really easy to do. So I may just, I don't know. We'll see what I end up doing, but that canister stove, it's the BRS 11, right? Is that what you said?
Yep, BRS 11.
And it has a really low setting, almost like a simmer. Probably too much for toasting, but it came out really good. And it has like a power jet. I mean, it could really, really, boil water fast too, because that's what I use to do this. We just got done processing a bunch of wood for a fire later on tonight. Batoned a bunch. We have some logs here. Sawed them up, ready to go. And there's some logs that were already there. We might not use those, but because they're real big. But we're getting ready.
You know another thing about hiking in the snow? You ain't gonna get lost. You just follow your footsteps back. You know what I mean?
Unless you're in like a big snowstorm.
That's true. And
Everything will just cover back up. It's about 6:30 and it's starting to snow right now. It's flurrying. We got the string lights up to give us some light. We got the fires going pretty good now. It took us probably, would you say, a good hour, I think?
Oh yeah.
To get it to where it's kind of stable, because everything is wet just wouldn't start. I really had to sit there the whole time and use those bellows to get it going. It's going pretty good now. We don't have to sit there and keep fussing with it, but we're gonna make dinner tonight, and I don't know what do I got? I got a New York strip. I got some green beans and I got some potatoes I'm gonna cook up, but I'm just gonna cook on my stove. That's gonna be a lot easier than cooking over the fire. It's just, that fire was a lot to mess with today. What are you having?
I'm having a couple cheeseburgers. I'm gonna grill them up here on my pot and pan and have at it.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this stove, this little BRS 11, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Very impressed with it. Things really works well for cooking. Now, I haven't used it. I mean, this is the first time I'm actually using it. Dakota, you've used it in really cold.
Yeah.
And it worked well. Yep. So I think if it gets really cold, I'm going to use my white gas stove to melt snow and stuff. But so far, it's working really well.
Said if you use propane, it can get down to like -20.
And yeah, it has an adapter. You can use those green, propane tanks that you can just get at Walmart. So that's nice too. So I'm going to try this winter. I don't think it's going to get cold like when we were out a couple years ago in -2 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not going to, I don't think this year. Last year it didn't at all. Well, it did, I think, in December, but this year it's not looking good. Snow flurries right now. We're not going to probably get, it's probably not going to mount to anything, but enough talking, and let's start cooking.
Outside.
Yep.
Inside, outside. Sizzling.
Yeah.
The steak looks like it's coming alive.
It's getting there. I turned up the heat a little bit.
I got a fork I need to use. Look,
That is good. Dinner's all done, and sitting around the fire. This fire turned out to be a great fire. We threw a lot of little stuff back on it, got it going, and all the big stuff dried off, and it's kicking out some heat, nice and warm. It's snowing now, a lot more than it was a little bit ago. So maybe tomorrow morning we'll wake up and have a little bit of a dusting. That would be nice. That would be really nice to hike out of here in some nice snow. But fire's going well. I think we're gonna have enough wood for tonight. Should. But we're each having some hot cocoa to sit here. Later we're going to have an adult beverage or two because it's New Year's Eve, and we're going to hang out. Our dinners were really well. I mean, we both loved what we had. Cooked them perfect. Worked really well. It's really nice out here to be cooking. Tomorrow we're going to be having breakfast. Going to cook some eggs, some sausage, I think, and hash browns tomorrow for breakfast, and then we'll just hike out tomorrow. But I'm gonna sit here and relax now.
it was longer than Soane's Pond. Oh yeah, by the time we would go up the road.
It's about 10 o'clock and we're tired. We are ready for bed. It's 32 degrees out right now, so it's not like really that cold. I'm leaving it in porch mode tonight. I think it's going to be fine, porch mode. It's not breezy or anything like that, and it's like not heavy snow, so we'll be fine. But we're going to bed, and we'll get up tomorrow at some time and have breakfast. With that, I'm going to leave it, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, it is day 2. I think it's like, what, 7:30, going on 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
If you notice, all around us, There's snow, just not right where we are. It's all around us, and we're thinking it's like we were sheltered by these pines, either that or the pines kept some warmth in. I don't know, but there's but it looks like we're going to have snow walking out of here today, which will be nice. But it was only 32 degrees this morning when I woke up. Not really cold all night. I did get cold because of how I had that net. I have to get used to a netless hammock a little bit more. There was a gap and the air was coming in. I was cold and shouldn't have been. But anyway, I fixed it. But we are, Dakota's in the process of getting, we're going to have a smaller fire this morning just for something, just to, for a little bit of warmth while we make breakfast. So we got eggs, sausage, hash browns, and whatever else we have in our food bags. But that's it. Yeah, so we're just going to start eating because we're hungry. Falling right over his foot. This little stove is going to be my go-to stove for cooking now. Maybe not necessarily for boiling water, but for cooking out here in the winter. It has a very fine, you can turn it down into a tiny little simmer, to a little flame, or a big powerful jet. And it's windproof, so you don't need a windscreen. But any other stove I used, including my Whisper Light to cook eggs, they would be burnt. This, I can really control the temperature just a little bit better. Really nice. Hey Ron, check it out. We finally got snow. It's not much, it's a little bit of snow, but I'll send it your way. Made it back to the car, trip is done, and we really had a good time. Got some snow today. Hopefully we'll get more this year to do some more snow trips. Want to try out the snowshoes I got. Yeah, now we're gonna head to get something to eat. Nice relaxing trip. This was just a perfect trip, well needed, and with that I'm gonna end it, and I'll see you next time.